Welcome to episode 188 of the Prosperity Practice, the podcast that has you living your most abundant life. Today, I am feeling called to remind you of how sneaky the paradigm is. This is a conversation that we just had in our community, and it was like light bulb moments for many people in the Success Society. And I love to bring it here. And if you are a subscriber, I have this very special gift for you for this episode of the podcast. I actually found a clip from 2019 when Bob Proctor was speaking to a group of us in his inner circle about the tricky paradigm that I'm actually going to play for you and go deeper on and give you some behind the scenes conversations as if Bob is right here in the room with us. So stay tuned for all the subscribers. You'll have a chance to hear that. And if you're not yet a subscriber, let me tell you, this is worth your monthly subscription. Not only that, you will have access to the rant that I went on with the Success Society. We've clipped a small piece of it, a short piece of it for you to have and keep and get access to as the subscriber edition of this podcast. So thank you for being here. Let's get into it. So first of all, what is the paradigm? A paradigm is a multitude of habits. It's your programming. It is the part of you that is in the subconscious mind that shows up as your habitual behavior, habitual thoughts, habitual feelings. Now, the paradigm, I see it like a con artist. For me, we think in pictures, so I actually see my paradigm as this like ball, if you will, in my subconscious mind that literally is speaking to me. And the paradigm speaks usually in a loud voice, not positive. It doesn't want you to change. The paradigm is the part of you that's been programmed from a very early age, and you receive that program genetically. That's the way you look, the way you look. That's part of the paradigm because of the genetics. You also receive your paradigm through your environment. So between the ages of 0 and 7 specifically, you were programmed, and the events that you experienced, the circumstances that you experienced with the most repetition and the most feeling created your paradigm. So we have paradigms around money. So what would that be? Beliefs around money, feelings about money, actions about money that are all habitual. And that's part of the paradigm. Your self-image is part of your paradigm. The way that you habitually view yourself and what you're capable of, how you believe others see you, all part of the self-image, all part of this habitual paradigm. You have paradigms about relationships, about what it means to be a salesperson, your language, your first language you speak, your culture, all of this part of the paradigm. Now, the paradigm is so sneaky and it's so individual to you. It does not want you to change. Paradigms and your programming allows the human being to be quite efficient, right? If we operate in 96 to 97% of the time, it's habitual and through our subconscious mind, and only 3 to 5% of our thoughts, feelings, and actions are actually conscious. It's because it takes a lot of energy to be in your conscious mind, to be thinking consciously, moment to moment to moment to moment. So it's our body's way. It's way more efficient to operate in this habitual way. Could you imagine the amount of energy you would need if you were conscious 96 to 97% of the time? A lot. So what there is to do is to reprogram your mind so that your habitual way of showing up serves you. But it's going to take something, because the paradigm that you have right now does not want you to change, because it's in the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, one of its prime directives is to keep the human being safe. Change is viewed as risky, as scary. And therefore, it's keeping you safe by not wanting you to change. And the ways in which the paradigm keeps you safe are so unique to you. And this is what I'd love for you to understand, because you might be thinking that there's something wrong with you. You know that you've got to make those sales calls, or you know that you've got to show up on social media, or whatever it is that you know that you need to do in your business or your job, and you're not doing, and you're procrastinating on it. Well, what if you're just simply not programmed to do it? Now, I'm not giving you an excuse or a reason to get out of doing what you know you need to do to achieve the goal. But what if I'm explaining why there's so much resistance? Because you're not programmed to do it. There's a belief in there about what it means to make that sales call that doesn't serve you, and it's literally stopping you. So rather than getting stopped and being okay with the results you get from not doing those calls, which aren't going to be very favorable, obviously. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be a sales call. It could be a post on social media. It could be going live. Like, you insert the thing. The point is, the results that you're getting from letting your paradigm win aren't very favorable. They'll be the same results you continuously get time after time after time. Why? Because it's your habitual thoughts, feelings, and actions, and those are responsible for your current results. Is this resonating? So my point is, what if, though, you aren't programmed to do this? And what if it's going to take a reprogramming of the paradigm for it to become part of your habitual behavior? And now it's just something that you know yourself, like a habit that you know yourself to do. Wouldn't that be nice? So if it's making calls every day, if it's showing up live on social media, what if there was a way to program that so that you know yourself to be this person that just automatically does it? That's what the Thinking and Results program shows you how to do, is to reprogram the paradigm. Now let's go back and talk about how sneaky and tricky the paradigm is. And I was saying how it is so specific to you. So if you have, the paradigm knows what's important to you. Okay. So it's like, and it also knows what's going to stop you, what you need to hear in order to be stopped. And it speaks very loudly. It's that voice in your head that tells you that you're not good enough or reminds you of past experiences. It is a loud voice that's job is to stop you, and it's very personal. It can also be responsible for attracting circumstances into your life that will stop you. And what I've noticed is right before you are about to experience a breakthrough, the paradigm has a hissy fit, like a child having a temper tantrum. The paradigm acts up. It's like its last chance to stop you before you achieve the goal. So it starts to attract things that like seem so specific to you. Like, for example, and I use this example often, if it knows that, you'll persist through and you'll keep going towards your goal no matter what, except if your mother calls you and asks for help. Well, then you're willing to put everything down and stop the momentum. Well, it will attract your mother calling you. Now, it seems so strange But it's true. And I've seen it from time to time again. It knows what to say to you. If it knows that you compare yourself to other women, then it could attract someone into your life for you to compare yourself to and get distracted. This seems bonkers, but like I said, if you watch people like I do through my coaching, and I've coached now thousands of people through this work, if you watch what they attract into their life and then we start talking about it going, oh my gosh, that's a paradigm. It's happened before. And your paradigm knows that you have a soft spot for comparing yourself to someone else. And here's your person, here's your distraction, or it knows that you'll stop everything for mom. Now, here's the thing. It's not that I don't want you to help your mother. I'd like you to persist and help your mother. I'd like you to focus on your goal and continue to do what you say you're going to do and help your mother. Now, in this clip that I'm going to share from Bob Proctor, he's going to first talk about how important it is to keep your word to yourself for your goal and to not give into your paradigm and what it does for self-confidence. Often I meet people and they're not confident at all because they continue to say that they're going to do something and they don't do it. This is a lack of integrity, not keeping one's word to yourself, and it eats away at your confidence. So one of the best ways to build your self-confidence is to declare that you're going to do something and actually do it. Whether this is a goal or whether this is staying in integrity with your calendar, which is in our community where we encourage you to start, is to really create order with your calendar, put things in it, and then you keep your word. So when you say you're going to the gym at 2:00, you go to the gym at 2:00, no matter what. And you keep your word to yourself. And as you do, your integrity and confidence, well, your confidence goes through the roof. And at the same time, we teach you how to be your word to your goal. So when you declare your C goal and you declare to the Success Society, to our community, that this is what you're doing, you make a committed decision. And when a person makes a committed decision, they do whatever it takes. When someone's interested in their goal, they'll accept excuses and reasons. So the decision must be a committed one, and one that where you're willing to do what it takes. And we guide you through what that looks like and how that feels. The moment you make a decision, you flip your mind to the frequency of that goal and you start attracting insights, resources, money, ideas, impulses to move you closer to that goal. You're constantly being guided. Now, what you want to be warned is that the paradigm comes in to stop you because the entire purpose of the goal is growth. The entire purpose of the goal is growth. I know that, yes, you're going to get that fancy car, and yes, you'll get more money, and la la la, and yes, your impact will increase. The whole purpose of the goal is for you to grow, the person you become in the process. And the paradigm doesn't want you to grow. Growth means change, and change is scary. So, without a warning about a paradigm, most people get stopped, and it looks like outside circumstances. They'll have all the reasons in the world as to why they didn't do what they said they were going to do. Bob's going to get into that in this recording that I share in the subscriber episode as well. He says, one of the worst things you can have is an excuse. The truth is, you'll either have your goal achieved or you'll have a reason or an excuse why not. You cannot have both. So it's your decision. It's your decision. It's your life. Are you going to allow the paradigm to win over and over and over and keep you stuck and in the same spot, settling? Or will your desire win? Will your higher self win? Will your inner being win? the truth of who you are. You decide. Now, I admit it's not easy to do it on your own. That paradigm is sneaky, and it's sometimes, often not easy to see that it's a paradigm. And this is where the help of a mentor, a community comes into play. Now, do I know people that have done it on their own? Absolutely. Could they have done it faster with less effort, less time? With a mentor? Absolutely. Mentor saves you time and money. And it's not necessary because you have everything within right now, right where you are. So make the decision. Are you worth it? Is your life worth it? You only have one, as far as we know, in this body. Make the most of it. Please. There are people counting on you. You can do it. I know you can. If this resonates today, share it. It's my honor and my privilege to be here with you on this episode of the Prosperity Practice. My name is Danielle Amos, and I am so grateful that you are here. Thank you for joining us, and expect abundance. And for those subscribers, we'll see you for the Plus episode. Enjoy.